I've seen, to tease the ebook and the 3PX drill, I've seen proof of this where Joe was giving a lesson to an athlete who didn't hit the ball very well, and within an hour was flushing the thing with a big high draw. So what he's saying is absolutely true. You go on and you talk about impact and the follow through. But just in the interest of time, I want you to package this because you've talked about the down and the out. And I love
Yeah,
that. And then the turning and the up and the in. You started us, Joe, with you felt like getting the swing on plane was the most important thing. I just want to close you with this and your thoughts on it. The plane is one thing, the alignment of the club face is another. Because I'll show you some people that may be on plane with the face that's not properly appropriated and they're a little crooked. So just help us to close. It's just about getting this club face situated because that it has such a big directional impact on the shot.
absolutely, absolutely. Now, everything that I'm doing or building the swing around is
Mm-hmm.
is around the ball flight laws.
All right. Okay.
You know, the ball flight laws is the universal language that we all can talk, whether it's, it's my right hip, no, it's my left elbow, whatever it is. We now know what the ball flight numbers and what it did in general. And so that's what we're trying to do. When we're on a better plane coming down, we're going to come a little bit more from the inside.
Mhm.
And then, of course, with the grip in a better position, it'll come back more, a little bit more square. So
Yeah.
the whole goal is to try to get that club face to square or close to your swing if you want to draw it. And if you want it to fade a little bit, obviously you'd have it, there's two ways. You can have it a little pull cut, but it'd be open to your swing.
Yeah.
So the ball flight laws can be quite confusing. So the simplest way is, the face sends the ball in the
Mhm.
direction, and then the path is what dictates the curve. So the face sends it, the path bends it.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do is, if we want the ball to come in to out, we're just swinging. We're swinging in to out if we want the ball to draw, just like you would do on a soccer ball. You'd kick it on the outside, and then the ball would come there. I watch football kickers all the time when they're trying to hook that in there. Their foot is going out that way so
Mhm.
that the ball can come back in that way. And the opposite would be the slice that everybody does. They kick it left and then the ball goes to the right. So the sooner you can learn to swing in to out and to the right. Now there will come a point where, for the better golfers, where you can get a little bit stuck. So for those guys, they're going to work on some different things. So we're talking to the 90% of golfers who really slice the ball and really don't play very well.
Well, to that, I think there's a misunderstanding because there's a golf term that's doing the rounds is called rate of closure or face stabilization. And all the pundits are saying, well, you want to reduce the rate of closure. And I'm like, for most golfers out there, they cannot close the thing fast enough. And if they're trying to stabilize the face, to your point, and then they swing out, they're likely to hit push fades half of the time. So
Yeah,
I'd love your commentary to that. Is the rate of closure a function of the grip in your mind, or do you feel like it's almost active closing of the club face on the downswing through the ball?
absolutely. It's really not worth an argument to say, one's better than the other, but to say, when this club got attached to the club head, it's on one end. It's so easy to turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So it's going to do this through the swing because you're on one end. And they would have made this game a lot easier if they could put the shaft right in the middle, like a center shafted putter. Then we wouldn't have this issue. But because it's there, when we take it back and forth, we're going to have a lot of this going on. Some
Okay.
of that's going to be affected by how fast we take it back. Some of that's going to be affected, obviously, by the grip. But there is a rate of closure that's always going on. Now, so it's always closing. Your goal is to try to reduce some of that. And the last thing you want to do is add any more of that during the backswing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
one of my favorite drills is obviously when you take your backswing, and I'm sure Mark, you do this as well, and that is to, on halfway back, you'll see Rory McIlroy and a lot of golfers halfway back, they're matching their spine
Yeah.
with that club face. And what I always teach people is if I stood up, that would be toe up. Now, wouldn't you say that's square? Right. Now,
Yeah.
if I tilted forward into my golf posture, that's square. So people have said, oh, that's closed. I'm like, well, I have got a forward tilt. So if you go forward back and you can, match your spine, that's the best place. If you start getting the toe up, you got now added closure rates that are going to affect your swing. Now, what's better than others? It's not worth it. Your goal is just to try to maintain somewhat control of that club face, maintain that swing path or swing plane with your right arm, and getting and learning to hit down on that ball and compress it and learn the ball flight laws. And once you understand the ball flight laws, your game changes after your swing is in a better position up at the top.
Rightio, folks. You've gotten it all, or most of it, except for the tease for the book. And I'm glad I got to share this all with our audience. Joe, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel because every week I'll be putting out a new video so that you can try them out on the golf course or the driving range. Also, if you want more information, check out my website at www.joeparkgolf.com where you can find all my contact information. Thanks for watching.